Welcome to the next part of our missions tutorial series. So last time we got to the point where we could speak to this NPC and he would give us our missions and our missions would then become active. But then when it comes to completing the missions, we're going to need some script for that, obviously. There are multiple scenarios where you could do something that would complete a mission. And I'm going to show you several examples of that in the coming tutorials. But let's start with something that we've already worked on. Our enemy. So I'm going to click on our enemy and let's have a look at B_enemy base, which if you'd like to find it inside the folders would be under enemies and B_enemy base. So inside B_enemy base, we have a script for what happens when the enemy dies. We're going to add to this script. Come over to variables and hit the plus sign. We're going to call this mission related. And we're going to hit the I symbol there so we can edit the enemy once we're inside the map. Let's control drag that in and grab a branch. So with that connected, if we're not mission related, we don't need to do anything. But if we are mission related, we're going to get our hero reference, which we already have from the beginning of the script, drag out of that and get missions. So with our missions, we will then get a reference. And with that reference, we want to pick a particular mission that this will affect. For that, we're going to grab another variable. Let's hit the plus sign again and type in mission index. Except this time we'll change it to an integer. So if we are mission related, then we can tell the enemy which mission they should be related to. So once we've done that, let's drag out of that and type in set members in S mission. And let's select turn in. So with turn in selected, let's then enable that. Now with that done, let's drag out of that struct and type in set array element. We'll get a reroutable here because it will get messy otherwise. And the target array is going to be missions. So we'll copy that over from there. And the mission index will be the index. And so that's what's going to happen if we're mission related. We're going to get the mission based off the index, set turn in, because that means that the mission parameters have been completed, and go from there. Now, this is specifically if you need to kill a particular enemy for a mission, not necessarily a number of enemies, which we'll get to later if we have time. So we'll move the script up. And just to be safe, sometimes destroy actor can interfere with script. Sometimes it's fine, but we'll just be safe about this and put it at the end of whether we're mission related or not. And also at the false pin here. So no matter what, the actor is getting destroyed. Just like that. Now how that looks inside the world, let's pop in. Come back to our NPC because we only want our NPC to give us one mission now. We can reset the entire index up here by hitting remove all elements and then hit the plus sign from there. Or if you wanted to do individual elements, you can hit this little drop down menu here. So I will delete those two because we only want the one. And let's say it's story mission 3. So index 2. In the dialogue, we would say is to kill this enemy over here. If we come over to an enemy, if you don't have an enemy, drag it into the world. One other thing we need to do, because we can see mission related there, but we did forget to hit the eyeball next to mission index. So hit the eyeball there, compile, save, and then he is mission related, so we hit the tick there and we hit 2 because that's the mission that he's meant to complete. So let's play this out. I'm going to hit play. I'm going to walk up to this NPC. I'm going to speak to him. He's going to give me the missions. I'm going to press E again and it's going to come up with story mission 3. Then I'm going to walk up to the enemy. I'm going to shoot him until he dies. And now when I walk up to the NPC, I'm going to speak to him again, and he's going to let me turn in the mission. Then I'll press E again, and then we'll come up saying mission completed, story mission 3. And that's pretty much how that works. But we'll go one step further here and play with our prerequisites, making sure that works. So I'm going to grab this guy and I'm going to rotate him on the Z axis to 90 degrees. Drag out a copy holding Alt and using the red arrow there. So the guy on the left is going to give us mission 2, but let's say that the guy on the right doesn't want to give us any missions until we've completed mission 2. So now we're going to add an element to the prerequisite index, and that prerequisite is going to be 2, which means obviously we need to change the missions he's going to give to 3. So now when we hit play and walk up to this NPC and talk to him, he's going to say to us, prerequisites not met. Basically, the dialogue would say, you need to talk to this person first. So instead of talking to him though, we're going to test our other system, which is what happens when we complete the mission before we talk to the NPC. So let's kill the enemy. Let's walk up to the NPC and press E now. He's going to give us the mission, but then our dialogue should jump over to completed prior, which is, as I explained before, hey, I've got a mission for you. Oh, you've already done it. Well, here's the reward anyway. So then we press E and it will just come up saying mission completed, story mission 3, which means that we can now talk to this NPC over here by pressing E, and he will finally give us the missions. And then we'll come up with mission started, story mission 4. So now that that's working, we can do this script with just about anything, being the script inside b_enemy base. So long as we have a mission related and a mission index. Another example could be interacting with an object. So in this case, one of the objects we have inside our level is this door. Let's say that the NPC wanted us to break in somewhere. Let's pretend in this case, the NPC wants us to find the code to open the door. So if we go over to b_door, opening that up, and if you want to open it from the folder system, it's in blueprints objects. So in this case, we would put the script over here with action reload, which is basically going to be our interaction with the door. So when we walk up to this door, so long as it's not locked, we'll toggle the door and that will toggle back and forth, except we don't want to keep setting the mission to turn in there. So let's grab ourselves a do once and plug that into toggle door, which as it says, it's going to do once. And then we'll add the variables mission related and hit the eyeball, and another variable mission index and hit the eyeball. Don't forget to change mission index to an integer. With those compiled and saved, now we'll do the exact same thing. We should be able to copy some of this over. So let's grab set array element, missions, mission index, hero reference, set as missions, and the reroutable. We'll grab get our hero reference and missions again. We'll need to replace missions related and mission index. We'll grab the branch as well, why not? So grab that and paste that down there. So at the end of our do once for completed, we'll drag in mission related there. Because we've copied and pasted it, we have to press Q to realign these. We'll grab mission index there. And it seems the mission index has come over. I accidentally copied this over. But just to be safe, just so we don't have any errors, I'm going to replace it with this variable here. Sometimes you'll be fine, sometimes you'll get errors. It's always better to be safe than sorry, especially if you're making a big game and you're doing a lot of bug testing. You don't want your players to find the bugs. You want to find them first. So as long as you've copied and pasted that script over correctly, when we compile and save, we should be able to go into this world, select the door, and with the door selected, we will say mission related. Let's say this is for the mission that we assigned to this NPC, which was index 3 and story mission 4, I believe. But all we need to remember is the index. You can see why I prefer to use indexes as opposed to names. A number is very easy and precise and quick to remember. So now this NPC will want us to open that door, and we've got the door code here. And if we wanted to be really tricky, we could set up an NPC that we had to do a mission for, so he would give us the door code. But we already have the door code here. One potential bug we could run into here is that when we complete the code actually opens the door for us. So it doesn't fire off this event here. So that's because when we punch into the keypad, we actually fire off this event here. So I could copy down this script, But that means I also have to copy down the do once, which defeats the purpose of the do once because I'm going to close that door potentially, which means that it's going to fire again. And look, there's really no harm in firing the script twice, but we won't do that. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of the toggle door so the door doesn't automatically open once we've done the keypad. I'll keep it there in case you want to keep it there, but let's compile and save. We'll hit play. Let's kill our enemy to complete our mission prior. Talk to this NPC. He gives us the mission, goes, oh, you've already completed it. That's great. Now we get mission 3 completed. And now when I talk to this NPC, and I'll wait for that fade, he'll give us the missions. I should say mission singular because he's only giving us one mission. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll hit enter. And then after 2 seconds, the door will be able to open. And when I open the door, then when I run back up to the NPC and press E, we turn in the mission. And the same script for completing the mission prior, if we open the door prior, should work for that. That'll do for this episode. I'll see you guys in the next episode.